I know. I know. But it's all a learning experience. And when it's all done and over with, I think you'll feel such a sense of freedom and such a sense of relief that you've never felt before in your life.
What is up, guys? Kris Star. Welcome back to my channel. So before we get into today's video, I would just like to address that I have not eaten and it is 4:35 p.m. So if you're anything like me and don't learn your lesson the first time, make sure that you drink an iced latte as soon as you wake up, because that will curb your appetite for the next 8 hours. You will not be hungry. It's probably a really good way to lose weight. Not like I'm trying to lose any, but hey, it's probably gonna happen. Okay, but anyway, so today's video is going to be really different and you guys will be learning some things about me that you never knew. I'm gonna be getting really personal with you guys. Make sure you guys are sticking around all the way until the end, because I get into some serious details about my life, my struggles, and my insecurities. You're gonna be some of the first people to hear about them because I don't typically open up, ever. I'm not an open opener, yeah. But on a more serious note, guys, we're just gonna calm down for just 1 second because I do have something that I wanted to talk to you guys about. Obviously, you guys know the pandemic that's going on and what people are going through. And I just wanted to talk about a few ways that you guys can help out and give back during this time. Some things may be obvious, some things may not be. But first and foremost, if you're one of those people that are not taking the situation seriously, it's about time you start taking it seriously. And I say that because people that my family know are passing away, and it's hard for people, and I'm not saying this for everyone, but sometimes it's hard for people to understand the severity of a situation or what other people are going through if they have not gone through it themselves. When it starts affecting people you know, it becomes a very harsh reality. So 4 members of my niece's family have passed away due to COVID-19. It's been absolutely devastating for them, so I do ask that you guys send love and light and prayers their way. My niece splits her time between my parents' house with my sister and her dad's house with his parents. And the event where the family contracted the virus, my niece's grandparents were supposed to attend. They didn't attend because they had the flu and they didn't want to go and get other people sick, so they stayed home. So finding out that this is the event where the family contracted COVID-19 is really unsettling, and it makes me so appreciative and grateful for my life, my health, and my family, because this could have been my family. Like I said, my niece splits her time between my sister's and her dad's house, and if her grandparents were to have gone to that event, there is a huge chance, most likely, they would have gotten it as well, and my niece would have gotten it or have been a carrier for it and would have given it to my parents and my sister. And my niece does spend a lot of time at my house downstairs. I rent from my grandparents and she spends a lot of time with my grandparents. So just the thought that this could have been my family makes me incredibly grateful for my life and my family's lives. I'm really close to her dad. Lawrence, I love you. I truly hope that your family can heal properly from this. The big problem is families that are losing loved ones to COVID-19 are unable to mourn the deaths of their loved ones properly. They're unable to have funerals. It's been such a devastating time, and my heart is with them at this time. So I do ask that you guys continue to send over your love and your prayers because they definitely need it. Okay, so a few things that you guys can do. First and foremost, stay home. Is that coronavirus gathering, that coronavirus party really that important? I've actually seen this happening on my Instagram with a few people. I will not name drop, but it is just incredibly selfish and irresponsible. I actually have seen other content creators doing this as well. They're going and collaborating with other content creators, and it is incredibly irresponsible. Some of these people have millions of followers, young people, young impressionable people that are watching them, and they could potentially be putting out this influence on other people, and that makes me really mad. Second, if you are going out to the food store or you're going to get food somewhere, make sure that you take your shoes off at the door, you're washing your hands for at least 20 seconds, and if you're anything like me, you can take it a step further and completely wash your clothes and take a shower as soon as you get home. Also, very important, don't forget to wipe your phone down. Clorox wipe or alcohol with a wet paper towel something because bones can be harboring the virus. So just remember that. Second, the American Red Cross is asking for donations of blood. There is a huge blood shortage right now. Please do not forget that there are other people in need right now, especially trauma victims, cancer patients. If you have the ability to donate blood right now, you are able to set up an appointment in a clean and safe environment to do so. Okay, last but very concerning, because this affects animals, helpless animals that have nowhere to go right now. If you are able to adopt or foster an animal, please do so. Animal shelters are shutting down all around the world. Obviously, with the pandemic, they're not allowing their volunteers to come in. Very few workers, so they have to clear their cages. And while, yes, the world does seem like it's falling apart, I have been noticing a shift in humanity, and it's been so humbling to see so many people helping out other people, teachers coming together, people supporting their local medical staff, doctors and nurses just really putting in their all, working 7 days a week, and just the generosity from people online giving away money so that people can eat or pay their rent. Empathy is so important, and like I was saying earlier, sometimes in order for people to understand what others are going through, they have to go through it themselves. So I've just been seeing a great deal of empathy from other people, and it's just such a beautiful thing. I truly hope that this keeps up after this pandemic, after this world crisis, and if there's any way that you can help give back, now is definitely the time to do so. Okay, so I'm gonna stop blabbing. Let's just get right on into the video, because we got a lot of stuff to talk about. This is going to be crazy different than what I typically do. You guys are going to be getting to know me way more personally, and some things I probably have never even shared with some really close friends. A lot of you guys may not believe in astrology, and that's okay, and I'm not here to change your mind. This is strictly my experience with astrology. This is my first official astrology reading that I've ever done, but I'm not here to push my beliefs on you guys. But even if you are not into astrology, this could offer you some fascinating information about it. Today, I will be working with an astrologist. She is an incredibly beautiful soul. I truly believe that she has a specific purpose on this earth, just like myself and many of you guys. I believe that her purpose is to help guide people on their spiritual journeys. So I'm really curious to see what she has to say about my life and my spiritual path. And in this video, we will be going over my natal birth chart and my 3-month transit. And Tori will be explaining how that works in just a few minutes. If you guys are interested in an astrology reading, Tori is definitely the person to go to for this. We did a baseline reading, so we had some sort of foundation to work with in this video. And from what I saw, she is amazing. It was incredibly accurate, and some of the things blew my mind. So until May 1st, she is offering a 10% discount for my subscribers. So if you're subscribed, which you should be, then you can get 10% off of her readings. Her prices will be down below. Very important to note though, you must be 18 or older to do a reading with Tori. So if you're interested, go and give her a follow on Instagram. Her links, her prices, all of that stuff will be down below. So go and check her out. If you do, you gotta let her know that Kris Star sent you to get that 10% off. Finally guys, the moment that you've been waiting for, we are gonna finally get right on into this video. So let's go. All right guys, so I am here with Tori. She's on the phone right now. Tori's gonna explain a little bit about how astrology works, and then we're gonna get into my reading. In this reading, she's going to be reading my natal birth chart and my 3-month transit. So Tori, take it away.
Oh, thank you. Kris, thank you so much for having me on your channel, first of all. I am honored and humbled to be in the presence of greatness.
Wow.
And thank you to you. Well, I know, and it costs $54 a month on Roku to watch your show. So I hope you get a cut of that.
No, we're not.
You don't?
Oh, hell no.
And thank you to your subscribers for watching and giving me a chance. So it's more like a philosophy of astrology, which is you really need to take it with a grain of salt. There's your higher power, whatever that may be, even if you're an atheist. Like, there's still whatever like you believe life to be. There's your free will, and then astrology, which is really just a map and a tool that just has historically and culturally proved itself. I guess in the community, if you believe in it, it has proven itself to work through thousands and thousands of years, and different cultures all come up with like the same result. Here's you. This is your mini natal, your birth chart, which is, as we know, you are a Scorpio with a stellium in Scorpio, which is 3 or more planets in one sign. And ironically, your stellium consists of Mars and Pluto, who both are the ruler of Scorpio. And Pluto is conjunct your sun, and we will talk about that.
Okay.
You have an Aquarius moon, which actually squares your Mars, and we will talk about that.
Okay.
And you have your ascendant at 0 degrees Leo, and we will definitely talk about that because Chiron, which is a karmic stone, is right in your first house under your ascendant. So you are an old soul.
So I've been told.
You are an old, wise soul.
That's how I feel. I feel like an old grandma. Since I was little, since I was a child, they used to call me the little old lady.
Saturn is what would give you some of that, but the fact that it's in Aquarius, it's almost like it's a rebirth. And 0 degrees Leo is starting over. So the thing about astrology and Scorpio is that Scorpio is the sign of regeneration. Everyone's like, it's death. The 8th house is death. No, it's rebirth. Tarot people will tell you this, witches will tell you this.
Right.
Like,
yeah, I've heard that. So something might be ending, but it's an opportunity.
It's a transformation.
Right. So
you're actually in like a transformation phase where you need to learn some things in order for you to continue to grow and carry on with your journey, because you need to, in this life, it looks like work on protecting yourself emotionally in a proper way.
In a proper way, yeah.
In a proper way, because you tend to let people run over you.
Right.
You're a very highly evolved Scorpio, and because your Venus is in Libra, which is in its ruling sign, it's always looking for peace. You're not looking for the battle that a typical Scorpio is.
Right. I look for the good in all, and that's one of my biggest struggles, I would say, just because I have such high moral standards and I expect the same from others, so my expectations for others are really high, and I never want to disappoint people, so it's just a whirlwind of emotion all the time. You got two things going on there. You've got this moon in Aquarius, which means like you want to be friends with everyone, which you can't be. Right. Not everybody's going to like you, and you're not going to like everybody. Right. And your Mercury, which is how you communicate, is in Sagittarius, which is also very friendly. And it's also in the 5th house, which is pretty social, even though it seems like you're a bit of an introvert. Very much so, yeah. I'm definitely not an extrovert, but if I had to be in a public setting, I could thrive. You can turn it on. I could survive despite the social anxiety issues that I grew up with. I've kind of trained myself. I've worked through some of that, but I still withdraw from people for sure. Like I still am a homebody. I'm a loner. I enjoy it. It's not something that I really chose. It chose me. Right. You know? You will find yourselves in situations where you're a public eye. You're on TV and YouTube. You've chosen to be in the public eye. You made that choice of free will. Despite being an introvert, you're like, hey, I'm going to go on TV. Right. And you did it. And you've chosen social media as your vocation as of right now. And it's almost like you're doing a public service per se. I haven't seen your footage yet because I didn't want to corrupt our reading by seeing your footage. Right. But an Aquarius moon is someone that does something for everybody else and not necessarily for themselves. And a Mercury and Sagittarius is going to tell people the way it is. Albeit your Venus and Libra does it nicely. Your Mars and Scorpio, all that Scorpio is really kind of like functified. It doesn't know what to do with itself except for help people grow and be the best that they can be. Except for it's like you're wasting your breath on people that don't want to hear it from you, or that aren't as evolved as you are. So your message gets lost, and then you wound up like banging your head on the wall. Like, is it me? Why don't they understand? You know, is it me? Is it me? Is it me? It's not you. And yes, you are ride or die. And then you're heartbroken when the people you ride or die for don't ride or die back. Yeah. And you have a choice whether or not you're going to continue a relationship with those people. And you don't give up. That's the Scorpio. And that's what I didn't realize when we talked the first couple of times. That's the Scorpio. I should stop telling you that you're a bad Scorpio because you don't want to stab people. I take my relationships so seriously. I've always been in long-term committed relationships with people I've dated, and my friends and friends. Yeah. My friendships are so serious to me, and like I said, I have high expectations of others. So the energy that I put out, I expect that in return, and it's not with, you know, physical things like having to do things for me. It's just the emotional energy that I want back in return. That's what I'm looking for.
I'm going to warn you, not everybody can match that level of Scorpio emotional energy that you have.
And I've noticed that.
It's really high up there.
Right.
It's like you need another Scorpio.
It's been such a struggle because it becomes so disappointing, and it just makes me feel like people just suck.
Some people do suck, but some people really care about you and are doing the best they can.
Right.
And I think you're going to have to, as you get older and as you're entering your Saturn return, which we'll explain to everybody in a little bit, you're going to see like who has good intention for you and who just aren't putting in the effort.
Right.
And the ones that aren't putting in the effort, I think you'll find you're going to learn how to say fuck you. You need to learn to say fuck you, and you need to learn to stand up for yourself, and you need to learn to do it appropriately, and you need to learn to ask for what you want, because you've all got it in your head for some reason that Venus in Libra has got, and then Jupiter in Virgo has been like, I just noticed this now, it turns Uranus, and in a way it screws you up. You can have abundance. It's in the 2nd and the 6th. You can have abundance through unconventional means, but you have to ask for it. You will get your way, and you don't have to, like, you know, be obnoxious or threatening or anything. You just simply have to make the request.
Yeah, I don't like bothering people, so that's like a huge issue for me, like directly reaching out to people and asking for support and help. That does not come easy to me.
But you're going to have to learn, otherwise you're not going to survive.
Right.
You're not going to survive, and you'll be like, you know, working at the Denny's by age 30. So if you want, not that there's anything wrong working at Denny's, I mean,
I don't like Denny's.
Coffee sales.
I don't like Denny's.
you know, to do what you want to do, you don't necessarily have to ask people, ask the universe.
Right. So it's kind of like the idea of putting out energy and manifesting that.
So those are some things that you're going to have to work on in this lifetime. They may be struggles for you, but Scorpios overcome generally if they allow themselves to. And if you give yourself, you know, some grace and some mercy and a little slack, I think you'll be pleasantly surprised with the outcome. And I think that's your natal.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we definitely...
Do you have any questions?
We definitely touched upon some really big things in my life that I struggle with. And they also kind of tie into my insecurities as well. Like reaching out to people, asking for help, asking for support or guidance. And also the big struggle that I have with other human beings because of just the lack of emotional support that I feel from people sometimes. That's definitely something that has plagued me my entire life since I was little. Maybe that's why I had no friends growing up, because I didn't really give anybody a chance.
Well, I don't know. Because you were significantly older for your age and that people just weren't going to relate to you.
That could be. That really could be. I had to grow up fast. I felt like, you know, at 8 years old, I had issues and mental and physical issues that even grown adults don't typically have to deal with in their lifetime. So it definitely taught me a lot at a very young age. So that would make sense.
And I think you should really keep in mind that when you're dealing with people and you feel like, oh, they're going to do me dirty, take a step back. Are they really going to do you dirty, or are you asking more than what they're capable of giving you?
That's a really good point. And
you know,
I've also kind of adopted this idea as of recent, well, I'm trying to, that I have to accept people in my life for who they are. And if I don't want to accept them, then I can't have them in my life.
Right.
So everybody has their faults and their weaknesses, and just like myself. And I would hope that people, my friends and my family, could accept me for who I am. So if they're not able to emotionally give back on the level that I'm able to give back, it's either I accept them or I don't, and there shouldn't be any in between.
The good with the bad. I mean, if someone can't have a deep talk with you about like a particular subject, doesn't mean that they don't provide something else beneficial to your life.
Yeah. So do we want to get into the transit? This is a part that I'm really nervous about because, well, one, we don't really know what the next few months are going to bring us with the chaos and the pandemic going on in this world. But there are some things that I could work on for my being, for myself, that I could potentially get to, right? So maybe it's not something so physical, maybe it's something more on a spiritual level.
It definitely is.
Okay, cool. Let's hear it.
There's some stuff going on. Well, first of all, Kris is officially about to begin her Saturn return. So everyone, when you turn about 27, 28, so you're about 29, 30, your life may seem harder than normal. And that is because you are having your Saturn return.
And also, you're panicking because you're almost 30.
Some people fall to pieces during their Saturn return. Some people don't even notice it's happening.
I've noticed. I'm noticing.
Some people that were like, nah. I mean, they bought a house, got married, and had a baby. And that was their Saturn return, and they didn't notice.
I mean, I wish it was that easy, but my life is so complicated, and I want so many different things, and I have so much going on inside this brain of mine.
Let's start with your Saturn return, because it's going to get activated different ways at different times. So you're going to kind of go through transformations within your Saturn return. The first thing that we have going on is you have Mars conjunct Saturn transiting. So Mars is what? Energy. And Saturn is like stagnation. So you may feel like you're at a point in your life where you're like speeding with the brakes on. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so much is happening, and I'm always on the road, I'm always traveling. But the things that I wanted for myself at this point in my life, it's odd because I can easily have them, but I still don't have them. But I'm doing so much, and I'm accomplishing so much, and I'm moving so quick, but these things still are not happening. So just for an example, like I have always wanted to live in Southern California, and although I've had the opportunity for years now, I'm still here and I'm still traveling and I'm accomplishing so much and I have so much going on, but I'm still not at my end goal. I'm still not fulfilling some of my biggest dreams. Even though I feel like I have the ability to do so, I'm still not doing it.
Well, you will. You will.
And I feel stagnant because of it. Like I feel stuck in a way.
Yeah.
But I'm the only person that's stopping myself from doing this.
Well, Mars ought to give you a little like kick in your pants if you let it. And I don't know the circumstances of why you're stopping yourself from having what you want to have, other than like your, for lack of a better word, inability to ask for what it is that you want. So you're constantly in a place of longing, which only according to the law of attraction, if you believe in that, keeps things away from you because you're supposed to act like you already have it in order to get it.
I very much so believe in that. Oh my gosh, so there is this constant feeling of longing. Like I always feel like I'm missing something. I can't put my finger on it, and I don't even know if moving to California will help that, because I've done so many things that I've wanted to do with my life at this point that I felt would fulfill me. But even when I was fulfilled, I still felt a longing for something. And I don't know if it's because I don't know. I don't know why that is.
Scorpio is always transforming, so maybe your ideas are changing and you don't want what you originally wanted, and so the two aren't gelling. Jupiter will be coming up on this Saturn return soon, and Jupiter brings freedom and it brings creative expression, and you're going to find that that's really, if you let it and let go of some control, that will serve you, and that will serve you well. It will bring you luck, it will bring you opportunity, and all you have to do is say yes.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. My camera turned off and it would not turn back on even though the battery's fully charged, so I don't know what's happening, so I just changed the battery. Okay, where were we?
Oh, Jupiter. Okay, so like Jupiter's gonna come, right? And I don't know how much of that you got, but if you let it, it'll bring you like luck and freedom and all the good stuff that you want, but you may have to nudge it along or go with the flow, and that means like going outside your comfort zone, like asking for help or doing something you wouldn't normally do, or being a little bit more of an extrovert, or taking a job you think kind of sucks to get to the next place.
Yeah, well, I kind of already done that.
But in order for that to manifest for you, especially it being sandwiched between two Saturn, which you're going to be like, this is harder than it needs to be. Jupiter Well, what?
My life, just in general.
Your life. See, you gotta kind of like ditch that mindset a little bit. I think it's gonna like not serve you, especially during a Saturn return. Like that'll just bring more yuck.
Yeah.
And here's Jupiter to be like, yay. So Jupiter will bring you all these, you say like you're so close to having these things that you want. Jupiter can bring you these things, especially during the Saturn return, because Saturn is what drives you to go get stuff. But what Jupiter will do is it'll give you what you want, but you have to go outside your comfort zone and ask the universe, ask people. You'll have to do things you don't necessarily want to do. You'll have to do things you've already done. You may have to be more social. You may have to network. You may have to, just do stuff that you're not cool with, but it'll get you what you want. Or because it's Jupiter, and sometimes Jupiter's just cool that way, it just may fall in your lap.
Hopefully it does, because I'm not a very social person. Like I said, I do have social anxiety, so even though I'm able to navigate through that, it's not something I look forward to. I don't look forward to large gatherings. I don't look forward to groups of people.
Saturn's not here to make things easy for you.
Oh, of course not. I'm
Jupiter
sure.
is here to make things easy for you. So it's like a little hybrid of give and take. In the meantime, as of today, we have Mercury in Pisces, nice and psychic, opposing Jupiter, your natal Jupiter, the ruler of Pisces, in your second house in Virgo. So we obviously know that you have psychic abilities. We have talked about the clairs. You are aware of your clairs. For those not aware of clairs,
it's the psychic senses, essentially. So you could be clairvoyant, clairsentient, clairaudient, claircognizant. All of those have different abilities. So clairaudient, which I believe I am to an extent, or it's one of my abilities I'm working on. I hear things psychically. Clairsentient is psychic feeling. So I have the ability to walk into places and truly feel the emotion in that place or with certain people. I feel it. Everybody has a different way of doing it.
Lucky for you, this is in the 8th house, which is a psychic house and a psychic sign. So you may find that you are being gifted heightened awareness, and whatever you had will be emphasized and probably stick with you. So if there was things that you wanted to explore or practice on, now's a great time to start doing that, especially since we're all kind of, hunkering down in our houses. And
right. I've definitely felt the shift this past year.
Yeah. This is happening right now, this minute.
Oh, okay. Because I've been feeling it amplified, my psychic senses.
So you got that going for you. So that's pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, party on. And finally, we've got North Node in the 12th house in Cancer, and the 12th house is a psychic house. And transiting North Node in Cancer is dealing with secret emotion. So now would also be a good time to really kind of like dig in the dirt, even if it's a little painful, and clean house. I know, but it's all a learning experience, and when it's all done and over with, I think you'll feel such a sense of freedom and such a sense of relief that you've never felt before in your life, and that'll be the culmination of your passing through your Saturn return and doing those tasks and taking those tasks, that you'll come out of it and you'll dust your shoulders off like, I walked through that fire, I did it. This could have a really good happy ending if you allow it.
Yeah, it's really hard to come to terms with things that you don't want to come to terms with. It's like you have to be extremely honest with yourself about your struggles and the negative aspects in your life, even though you're holding on to them for some reason, or holding on to certain people, friends. It's hard to walk away from things that make you feel comfortable. Change is different. Change is scary. I've done that before. Yeah. I've left really negative situations, and I remember the feeling, and it was such a great deal of relief. But there are a lot of things that I've been holding on to for years in terms of friends or negative emotions, past traumas, past experiences, and to not have that burden anymore would just be amazing.
Well, give yourself that gift.
And I wouldn't be as distracted mentally. I feel like I would be able to go and pursue things a little bit easier because I wouldn't be so weighted down, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I hear you. I think that you can do that, and I think you should honor yourself. Like I said, this is a map. This is a guide. You have free will to do whatever you want. But if you follow the map, yes, there will be struggles. Yes, there will be pain. But at the end of it, you dust your shoulders off. You won.
It's quite a bit. I mean, it definitely...
I couldn't do all that. I need a nap just from reading this.
Was it really that complicated?
It's a lot for one person. You need a nap.
I always need a nap. I guess you guys know now some of my deepest insecurities and struggles, stuff I've never really opened up to anyone about.
Spilled the tea.
I spilled the tea. Well, really, Tori spilled the tea. But
oh, you let me spill the tea. You got a lot coming.
I got a lot coming, and I have my free will, so I can do what I choose, and I choose greatness. Like, I want to be the best person in this earthly life. That is what I want to be, and I don't want to let negative, destructive self-thoughts stop me anymore, because I am the only person that is getting in the way of my own destiny.
That's my girl.
Yeah.
That's my girl.
Holy crap, guys. Wow. Okay, so that blew my mind. Everything she said was so accurate to my being, to my spirit, that it just makes me feel like there is some sort of truth behind astrology. I think I'm a believer. I think I am. So as you guys can see, I have a lot of things that I need to work on, a lot of very personal things that have to do with self-destructive thoughts. I stop myself from doing things subconsciously, and that's been a big struggle of mine. I have so many ambitious dreams, and this was supposed to be my year. 2020 was supposed to be my year, and I felt it deep in my soul. And I still truly feel that way, even though I am probably going to be trapped in my house for the next 3 months. But there are some lessons to be learned spiritually, and I'm ready to learn that. So for example, I let people walk all over me. I want peace. I do not like confrontation. I like to please everyone. I hate being misunderstood. But honestly, guys, you can't please everyone, and not everybody's going to like you. I've learned that when I started YouTube, and I'm still learning that right now, but it still is a very big struggle of mine. Another thing, having such high expectations for other people. I put out so much emotional energy, and not everyone is capable of doing that, but it does not mean that they're a bad person. They could offer me something else. Maybe I can't offer them what they exactly want. So it's either you have to accept people for who they are if you want them in your life, or you just don't have them in your life anymore. There is no in between. My Saturn return has started. I've felt it in full force. Yes, I feel stagnant. I feel stuck, but at the same time, so much has been happening, and I'm incredibly grateful for all of the opportunities thus far. And I know that there's so much more to come my way. Hopefully a little bit more freedom, and hopefully fulfilling some of those dreams that I've been working on for years. I truly feel like this is my year, and you know what? We're gonna start manifesting this shit, okay? So I'm gonna think it, and it's gonna happen. That needs to be my mindset. That needs to be your mindset. If you're going through anything, you need to already think that it's happening. You can't sit there and think,
this sucks, this is my life.
You guys heard me earlier. This is a huge lesson for myself, and I truly hope that you guys can take away something from this video as well. Aside from the astrology, we all have things that we need to work on. We all have our strengths and our weaknesses, and we all have a different path. We all have an incredible spiritual journey ahead of us, and it's up to you. You have the power to change your destiny, and that is what I want for myself. I have the power to change my destiny, and I will. Say it with me. I have the power to change my destiny, and I will. This is my year. Things are going to start looking up. Yes, I will get my RV. Yes, I will spend my time out on the coast of Southern California in my RV. I'm going to enjoy every second of my life. I'm going to have more freedom, and I'm going to be able to explore this wild world and be surrounded by the beauty of life, nature. That is what I want so badly for myself. I'm going to meet more genuine people that truly care about me for me, because that's been a big struggle. So notice how I'm not saying I want or I think. I'm saying I will. I'm saying this is going to happen. This is what I want for myself, and I'm going to get it. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video and this astrology reading. Again, if you are interested, you must be over the age of 18. Tori is offering 10% off until May 1st. Just check her links down below and her prices. Give her a follow on Instagram, message her, let her know that you are interested and that Kris Star sent you. Guys, I really think you're gonna enjoy it. If you enjoyed this video, make sure that you are giving it a big thumbs up, and make sure that you have those post notifications turned on to be notified every single time I drop a video. I'm gonna be doing this new thing where I post every Wednesday and Friday, I'm making the commitment to myself because I want to start doing more, and I constantly stop myself from doing more. I deal with a lot of health issues that really tie me down, but I've been really trying to just persevere through them. Yeah, we're gonna try this out. We're gonna be posting a video every Wednesday and Friday. I do ask that you guys please do check out my videos regardless of the content. It will be a little bit different because obviously I can't get out and explore or investigate. So I just truly hope that you guys enjoy them and check them out anyway. If you guys are interested, I do have some Kris Star exclusive merch and I do have a Patreon. So shout out to my 41 patrons. Thank you so much for the love and support, guys. If you guys stuck around all the way to the end, huge shout out to you. That's it for this video. I will catch you guys super soon. Peace out, starlings.